We go. Huh? Test. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, and it is day 5 of 8 of my 8-day stretch. I can do this, folks. I'm just a little crazy. Today and this week, we're just going to be working on Captain Penis because I don't feel like arguing with my setup, and I've really left him behind this year. So we're going to give him a little bit of grace and work this week. Oh, boy, do I have stories. But I'll let the day wake up and I'll let people mosey on in. Mostly because I also have to change my string. I didn't do that. I ended a piece of string on Friday, but I did not start a new piece. Oh my goodness. We're starting off with a knot. I don't know how this bodes for the rest of the day. Mm-hmm. So this coming weekend is my last craft fair of the season. And I just before switching over, I got notification that the Weird Fair has confirmed dates. So that makes me pleased. So with this green, with 986, I will be going down in columns. This is a relatively big color, funny enough. Oh my goodness. Okay. Doopy doo. There's so much green. Everything's so green. So this month I've had almost no free time. I know for us in the States, Thanksgiving's coming up on Thursday, which is the last day of my stretch. And I'm just gonna tackle. I'm just gonna tackle Stitchin until the conversation starters wander in. I always feel silly. I always feel silly talking about my day and then having to repeat talking about my day. Mhm. I'm just making sure, because sometimes I forget to hit the right button. Skip 1 and 2 straight down. Oh, we've reached one of my whoopsie zones. Sounds so awful. I have reached an error zone, I should say. Mhm. Mhm. So, in true adulthood fashion, I managed to pay off my roof loan just in time for my washer and dryer to finally get to the point where they need to be replaced. Now, I knew this was coming. My washer and dryer set are 20 years old. And in this day and age, let's be fair, that's kind of impressive. Um, but I had my bestie best from back in the day. She liked her her thing is she likes to look at consumer reports and make sure that she's getting the best product. And I really love that skill about her because sometimes I'm just like, how many ratings? Like, I don't always have the time to do the level of research that she does. And so I asked her, and I found she gave me the model, and I have found it where I can have it delivered. And I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on a couple of callbacks and whatnot, or maybe even emails. And having that process all done. I'm just wondering what email it would be sent to. uh, Doopy-doo. Mhm. So yesterday I saw that 3 of my 5 cameras were out. So it's now fixed. Like all 5 of my cameras are up and running again. But uh, diagonal, another diagonal. So far, this is all lining up pretty well. I've only had one little area where it's been noped. So still haven't pinpointed the exact location because it's when you make a mistake in needlepoint, cross stitch, fiber arts, it kind of works itself out. Like it gets less as the further away it gets, and a lot of them are easy to fix. So okay. Mhm. Mhm. And it's always fun in this type of scenario because it's, the greens are very close together in color, and sometimes finding where you are is hard to do. There. And in some ways, I really like the narrow top to bottom columns because it's only 1 or 2 stitches across, but it goes the length of the page, so it makes me feel like I've actually done a lot. And I realize it's all psychological, but if the gray jello wants to if the gray jello takes so little to be happy, then I'm just gonna let the gray jello be happy. Like it doesn't have to be huge monstrous events in life that are the only thing that allow for gray jello happiness. Or gelatin, I should say, as jello is a brand name. Mhm. Reached another whoopsie-doo area. Oh well. We can work around it. And in these areas where it's just a bunch of like similar colors. Oh, ta-da! I approve. I approve. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 3. Oop, too high. That's how far. Yeah, that's how far we are. Oh. And we need to go. Welcome, Kelpie. You're the first one to actually say anything other than me today, in here. Because either I have a lot of lurkers or I'm just very lonely. Oh, okay. Ooh, Sound Alerts is getting in on it too. I love the lag. Oh, after Dragon discovered that I wasn't weird and creepy in the bad way, I'm pretty reliable. Like, I like to think I'm a pretty good stable as in schedule wise streamer. Like, I can tell you that some months are going to be bananas, but I've been streaming pretty steady for 41 months or more, probably more, because 41 months is when I could start taking subscribers. Well, you get to see the other weird and creepy. I tell people, I tell people, I'm like, anything you hear about me, believe them, because sometimes I love hearing about myself. Like, I am such a boring person, and people will argue that I'm truly, guys. I cross stitch, I crochet, I go to work, I play with my dogs, and I feral gremlin around with technology. But for the most part, I'm a very boring person. Oh. Jules has you beat, though. And Dast actually Dast has been following me the longest. Now, see this area where we can't see because I didn't move my camera properly. This area is a big fuck up area, so well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see how well I can figure it out. And because I know it's too high, like this area here, like that's the bottom and that's the bottom, but there's it's three spaces too high in these two columns. So I'm trying to figure that out. I talk to myself. I chitter a little bit. Like I don't tell anything exciting, but I talk to my cross stitch. So it's never fully quiet. Okay, so I'm gonna use that block as my guiding point. And that's the bottom. And we're gonna use over. And then oh, just two. I like having people here. That's part of, if I wanted to cross stitch alone, I can do that. I am taking the last week of December and the first week in January off. Just because I am resetting, I'm changing the project schedule and this, that, the other thing. So I'll be doing a lot of behind the scenes changes in those 2 weeks. So well, that's again, I take this as you will. My superpower is finding things that were always in the spots where they were, even if you said I already looked there. Because I don't know, it's a wonky ass superpower. It is, or if something's broken and I come over to help people fix it. Like last night at supper time, I had 4 or 5 residents come up to me and go, my TV's broken. And that's what I did while I was waiting for my supper, because the staff gets served last. Is I went around and fixed like 5 TVs. Let me look. It's gonna be 22nd through the 2nd, and I'll start up again on the 5th. And because he's not here to stop me, Husband Creature's birthday is the January 9th. Okay, there's that. Six. I do think I'm gonna have to accommodate my boo-boos here. But I told you nothing. You know nothing. So today's after stream project is to finish sorting out the remainder of my wood pile because last night people didn't come to steal wood from my wood pile, not once, not twice, but 3 times. And mind you, it looked like a lot of back and forth trips. 3 times they came to the wood pile and took from it. And 3 of my cameras were down, so I couldn't see everywhere, and that's what I'm doing today is I'm charging the cameras. Because when it gets cold, the solar panels don't work too well. So and sometimes I've learned that sometimes it's just nice to shove it in a corner and you know it's there. Like, I know I have stuff I have to do. I know it. Am I gonna? You know, I really, like, it's so funny. So they right in succession, they came 1, 2, and then there was a gap of time, and I was done my med pass at work. I was doing paperwork, and I was watching them do this in live, but the one that I needed to work, its battery was dead. And it's gonna get to 100% before I take its charger away, or when 2:15 rolls around when I have to go to work. Because I'm not leaving that charger out there all unattended. But yeah, and then Husband Creature comes home, and I was like, motherfuckers, and I was very riled when I got home last night. You can know something's there, respect it, and still not acknowledge that you're ready to put up with it, as it were. I did that with my You need to stop, Peter. You're just kind of rude. I did that with my mental health. I don't recommend that. And I have it on video. I have it on video. I saw them walking towards wherever their nightly destination was, and I was like, oh, they're gonna be trouble. And then I saw them walking past the wood pile once, past it twice, and then they climbed right on top of what was left. Mind you, it's a lot of scraps. And I don't necessarily care too much about the scraps, but they were digging through it to get the bigger pieces of wood. But the giggle portion of our program is the wood is green. It's maybe on the tail end of being cut for 3 months, but it's still green. We have a stash of dry stuff in the basement that if people would just ask, I would share. But they don't. They wait till, well, this case it was only like 9:30 at night, but they wait till we're not at home and steal. Oh, not very long at all. We're almost done. It's a very small pile. It's just frustrating. That's what I'm gonna do after stream today. Is I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna sort all the little stuff from the big logs, because the little stuff is good for days where it's a little warmer and we don't need it cranking. Like today, it's gonna be 45 today, and just like a light. We don't need it stuffed full, cranking full bore. We just need to toss some sticks in there every once in a while. Mhm. Okay. And this line right here is where the count error ends. But yeah, I'll work for an hour and I'll sort out all the sticks and stuff. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull some stuff. Doobie doo. I can even pull up live footage. Oh, mail guy's here. My not all not all my cameras were on my dashboard. Huh? Let's see. That's the wrong camera. Why sometimes I pull the camera up on in Discord just so people can watch what's going on outside my house. It can be fun. Let's see. Now I'm gonna share it. Now you guys can see. Now you guys can see all the secrets that I hold within my house. I don't know. Window capture. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna cover it with. I'm gonna cover my cross stitch pretty much. So this is my security dashboard. Dun dun dun. And let's see if I can make this bigger. Okay. So that's what's left of my wood pile. is, oh, is, I can't zoom in anymore. Oh, maybe I can zoom in. Is the giant wood pile. Well, not giant anymore. There's my car. The pile towards the back is all the little stuff that I've pulled out, and the stuff towards the front is what I have left. Let me see if that actually was working the way I wanted it to. That's weird. Okay. I'll move this over so I can see what's going on. Doopy-doo. Oh, that's my Arlo stuff. Okay, well, verification code's already been used, so. No. There we go. So, that's what I was trying to get going on there. There we go. But the wood pile is all that right there. That's what. And none of my Maine is a one-party state. Maine is I can record you without your knowledge because I know that I'm recording you. It gets slippery slopes, but I'm not going to do anything with the information. But none of my cameras are hidden. One of them actually lights up, so none of my cameras are hidden. You can look at my house and you can see my cameras. Actually, you can look at my house. Because the camera that I needed, it's Jules! That was dead. Parking lot. Yeah, so. You guys are getting a view of my security-ish, kind of. Okay, so, yeah. You can look up at my house, up there. Ooh, we're getting the sound. We're gonna mute that. We don't need that. But yeah, up at that window are the other two cameras. And this one's on a tree right in front of my car. So I'm not hiding any of my cameras. These people know that they're on camera. You know, I appreciate that you are listening to your brain for once. But there we go. That was my my poor washing machine. I'm doing like 3 or 4 big bath towels, and it is crying uncle. Oh. Okay, this is the only one on that area. Very interesting. Okay, so I've even narrowed it down even more. Ah, okay. Well, oh geez. So yeah, it's this area that is the whoopsie zone is what I'm gonna call it. Oh, and it's still a whoopsie zone because I'm still one. Oh no, I'm not too high because I was supposed to be 2 up from the bottom. Okay, so never mind. This area right here is off. It's up by up by 2 and over by 1. And it's only in like a specific area. I haven't pinpointed it down precisely to which square, but I have the column area, which is really, really nerdy, but it helps me function. Okay, so there's... Oh, wow. And I know it's hard, but sometimes being the first voice to speak empowers others. And I hate doing it, but if I'm having issues and no one else has said anything, I'm gonna try to be the one to make people not feel alone. Well, I'm glad that you're not alone. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be an easy fight because it's not. But you have people. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, oh. I've gotten even closer. Mm. Well, it's very sudden. Like, I'm very fortunate. Like, I moved from Somersworth, New Hampshire to Kittery, Maine in first grade, halfway through the year. Um, and I remember that day. Like, I, I came back. I started the new school right after January, right after the winter break. And I remember that day. Like, it's one of the few days I remember clear as day. So it's a rough go. So wherever the count error is, it's in this block. And because right after this, it goes to normal. Like I'm exactly, yeah, this block that I'm working in is the one that's just too high, and everything else is at least normal. And no, I'm not going to tear it out because fuck that noise. But it's just this area here, so as long as I can accommodate, I can work around it. So I got my three bigs here. I have gotten the body, the head attached on my new articulated dragon. I did not get nearly as much as I had wanted to do done yesterday, but at the same time, okay, let's see. Yeah, this is the block. It's up too high and over that way one too many. But I'll work around it. And yeah, once I'm done, my piece of string that I'm working on, I'll show how the articulation works. Oh my goodness. It's really cool. I don't know if Poet's here or not. Mm-hmm. 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 Okie doke. I got that section all done. Let's see where I'm gonna go next. Oh, someone's at my house. 1 second. Okay. Kind of false alarm. They slowed down in front of the house, and then um, they were pulling up to the neighbors. So, and I warned the neighbors. So, yeah, that's all kinds of fun. Okay. So, and Pixie did her job properly this time, funny enough. This color looked like a lot when I picked it out, but I'm more than halfway done, which is, I'm cool with that. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the Meadow Dragon in progress. So if you wanna pull up a bigger screen so you can see, because I'm gonna be using this camera, the face camera. Or if you just want to look at the screen. I know some people just listen to me, which baffles my mind. Oh my goodness. So this is the Meadow Dragon without without too many accoutrements. I've pinned the mane on, but I need to brush it out a little bit more. But this kind of looks like a seahorse right now. But this is the actually, it could be a seahorse if I wanted it to be. Make some leafy limbs and have a sea dragon. Ow, I squeezed it too hard. But the articulation in it is just, oh my god. Like, growing up, my mom articulated the dolls that she made, and she was always like, be gentle, because old-fashioned doll articulation is very delicate. You would have to take power tools to separate the spine in this creature, because that's what it takes for me to get it in there. Well, not power tools, but heavy-duty hand tools. But this is going to be the next Meadow Dragon. I have the legs and the tummy and the tail decoration left to do. But yeah, it's bendy flexy. It really holds its shape. So I'm super excited to get it out on the craft floor. I'm hoping one of the things I get done today is one of its back legs. But tonight, where I'm working on the first floor tonight, so I'm going to be right out straight. But I'll have more in progress pictures. That's what I like to do, to show, as self-conscious as I am, I like to show in progress pictures because it shows that I actually am making these. And it does side to side, so it can balance, or it can be a friend. Like this one's gonna be begging. It's gonna be up on its hind legs, begging. So you can wrap its tail around your neck, and have it sitting on your shoulder begging. But I love the articulation. It is a game changer, people. A game changer. It's an expensive game changer, but I have people. I have a place that I can get it in the States, and it's reasonably priced. So I have sources. I have supplies. And luckily, I already kind of built in the upgrades into the price. So. Oh. I'm gonna go up to the top here and try to figure out where I'm at. Okay, so there's that line there. There's that one. I know this means nothing to you guys, but this is how I find where I need to be. Now that Pixie's been right about one car stopping in front of the house, now every car that drives by. I think this is where I jump over and do a long string of diagonals. It is where I go over and do a long. Okay. I do 4 over here, and then I jump across the street and do 2 over there, and then I gotta find a new place to go because that's it for that area. I'm closing in the spot. this big string here. Yeah, this is the jumperoo piece of string. It's too vague. Right down. Nope. I might have to break down and do 939 today. So I finished the 2 seasons of Has Been Hotel that were on Amazon. I'm pleased with it. I enjoy it. I like the premise. Yeah, dope. Now I gotta zoom out and find another cluster. Ah, more migration. I might actually. That'd be cool. Get a color done today. Pretty sure the answer will be no, but it would still be it'd be fun. Okay, so there's that. We're going over to that spot there. This little space is all filled in except for one area, and I just had to make sure which space that area was. Ugh. My eye doctor calling to remind me that I'm getting stabbed in the eye tomorrow morning. Okay, time to change my piece of string. Okay, so just got done here. All the fun. All the fun of finding and hoping that the stitch that I need is there. Jumping all around. But I have been filling in quite a bit of the weird white spots. So. And 3 dice. So there's that. So I am going to, oh, the space that I'm looking at, it is that space. I'm going to go over here and fill in this space. Okay. I'm going to go down here and fill in this weird space. fill in this weird space because I missed a stitch somewhere, and well, So we're at the end of another piece of string, and I have to cut another length. One more length. I only have a couple. Like I have an area here. Like I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna try to get 9/8/6 done today, so that I can cry on whatever color I pick for Thursday. Because again, folks, I am here today and on Thursday. I have an eye poke early in the morning, so I might be in Discord. I might hang out in Discord on Tuesday. Wednesday I don't stream. Thursday I'm hoping to have spoons. Thursday is Thanksgiving for those of us here in the United States. So I may stream, I may not stream. I may just do my 2-hour stream. Who knows? And Friday I am going to be preparing for the last craft fair of my season. So, and then subsequently going down too. So I might not be. Today might be the only day you see me because I totally keep forgetting that Thursday is Thanksgiving because I have to work and yeah. I got too used to the office job where I actually got holidays off. Okay. This is the last big chunk. So. Actually, there are 3 columns left, but I'm gonna focus on this one down here to get most of the main area off. Okay. My brain wandered off. Please hold. So, there's that. Skip to 1. All the way under it. Pixie's being a big ferocious dog again. I wonder what's going on. I'm not gonna get up this time. I'm just gonna go to my phone. Pixie enough. There's no one there. Hey, enough. Pixie, protecting me from the squirrels. I know there was nothing out there. We've had 2 propane trucks drive down the road. Which is weird because there's only 3 houses on the road. You're fine, Peg. No, you're fine. Oops. Yay for clean stitches. Okie doke, my friends. I'm gonna finish up these. I think the next line is the last one in this box. And then I'm going to call it a day. I got lots of stuff to do and not nearly enough time to get it all done. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okie doke, today we actually hit 4.5%. We have 0.5% to go. 5% for the year is still within the possibilities. Still aiming for it. Just like 10% is totally in the possibilities for Divine Instinct. So today we got to 4.5%. We did 169 stitches. Almost done the color on the page, but like I said, I have not had a moment to breathe, and when I have had moments to breathe, I've been asleep. So everybody, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. I will see everybody on Thursday. I'm honestly thinking it's just going to be a 10 to noon kind of deal because it is U.S. Thanksgiving. And yeah, we'll play it from there, and I'll try to get lots of pictures from when I'm down at the craft fair to share in Discord, stuff like that. But I love y'all. Do the breathing. Yes, I need to do the breathing. And Jules, my love, you need to take your own advice. We can talk about this behind the scenes. How we give great advice, fantastic advice. We don't follow our own advice. But thank you for the gift of your time. I will see you guys on the flip side.